Man, oh man, sophomore year was my craziest year so far. At least, considering that I've only been in freshman year and my sophomore year. Really, I didn't expect sophomore year to be different from my freshman year, but it turns out there is. So I want to name 5 things that you should not do your sophomore year. Number one, do not procrastinate. Bro, I'm telling you right now, it's different from your freshman year. When you go to your freshman year, you're thinking, oh man, this works easy. Everything's so easy. And you think you could get by with just one day of not doing your work or 2 days of not doing your work. That's the bad part about your freshman year to your sophomore year. Really and truly, it's not like that, depending on the classes you take, of course. But most of the time, if you don't take good classes, then maybe your procrastinating is okay for that moment. But if you take biology and stuff like that, especially biology, if you take biology, you know what I'm talking about. But biology, especially, and other classes like those, really mainly core classes, you don't want to start procrastinating because then work gets harder on you and then you start falling back and then your grades start slipping. It's not a good idea whenever you look at it into a long run, a long perspective of it too. Think about it this way. If you miss one day of work, then you gotta make up that work and then another work. So that's twice the work you gotta do. And if you keep procrastinating, then you got 3 times to work, then 4 times to work, then 5 times to work. And trust me, the work you do in that class is not easy. So we all know that. So just get it done that one day and then worry about the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. Then you have less things to worry about and less problems to come through to you, if that makes any sense. Number 2, stay away from drama. Look, listen, I get it. It's spicy, it's messy, it's all spicy, messy, and all that good stuff. It's nice. It's nice to see drama being started about somebody and being like, ooh, let's see what's going on here. And you see a argument happening outside. It makes your whole little high school year a little bit, I guess, exciting or interesting. But it's not good if it falls back on you. Like, I get it. Look, I get it. Everyone likes drama, or most people like drama. And most people like to hear rumors because they feel like they're up to date with everything. It's kind of like the media in a way. Everything on the news, everything on the Instagram, and everything you always want to be updated about. Just like how drama is at school. You always want to be updated about what's the next story, what's the next thing. Well, keep getting involved in that. Eventually, one rumor and drama is going to be spread about you. And of course, when you're in that drama, it's not going to be fun because now you got to end up talking to somebody about it. Now you got to end up probably causing an argument with somebody, probably starting a fight with somebody. None of that you want to have in your sophomore or your high school year in general. So just stay away from drama, period. Like, look, I'm going to tell you a personal story I saw. I literally saw a drama happening around my school, and then this person literally got, and I don't want to say names, of course, just keeping private, personal information. But basically, she just got embarrassed in front of everybody, in front of the whole school. It was not something no one wants to experience, honestly. No one wants to be in that predicament where you gotta literally get embarrassed in front of everybody. It's not fun. No one wants to go through it. So in general, stay away from drama because you could be put in it, and chances are you will be put in it if you even if you stay away from it. But at least you know that you're doing everything you can. And if you are in drama, it's okay. It's just rumors. Most likely it's not true. And if it is, oh well, who cares? You got 4 years in that school. Okay, look, you're in your sophomore year. You're probably thinking to yourself, okay, now maybe it's time for this. Maybe it's time that I do this now since I'm not a freshman no more and it's not hard to get this anymore. Yeah, third thing, don't get in relationships. Look, don't even try to get in a relationship. Listen, you can get in a relationship. And I know I might be contradicting myself right now, but you can get in a relationship. That's not the problem. Being in a relationship is probably going to make your grades fall and hinder if you're not responsible enough. I'm saying, now look, let me put it this way. If you are successful, you got great A's, straight A's and everything, and you got your priorities straight, then look, you're a sophomore now. Listen, you probably aren't so innocent to this part. We all aren't innocent to this part, at least. But we all know about drugs, and we all know we need to stay away from drugs. And that's what you got to do. You got to stay away from those drugs, man. You gotta stay away from it. All to it. There's nothing else to it. It does nothing but harm your life. And I get it, some people might have an addiction, some people might have problems, or some people might be peer pressured into it. That's all things that can happen. If you've been peer pressured into doing something like smoking weed or drinking alcohol or trying any other drug out there, don't do it. I'm telling you, especially if you're peer pressured, just say no. It sounds hard. I know it's hard. I've done it before. I've had to say no plenty of times to people who are trying to get me into it. But just say no. Please do. Because it's not something you want to get into. It's not something you want to try. And it's not something you really want to just have going on. You don't want to be a drug addict or anything like that. You especially don't want to be influenced into it. Especially if you're in sports. Now, if you're in sports and you're doing it, definitely stay away from it. But if you're just going through your regular sophomore year, definitely stay away from it also. Don't go to parties. Don't go to parties if you know there's drugs involved in it and all of that. We all know we all are not innocent. We all know what I'm talking about. Now, look, don't do drugs. All right, period. Now, look, I don't know how all the states work, but if you're from Florida, and Florida specifically, you probably have these things called the FAST test. And where you gotta take multiple tests over the course of the year. Look, let me tell you this right now. If you're doing the FAST test and you gotta take a test every once a quarter at least, do not, even if it's not really being graded technically, do not sleep on it. Literally, don't sleep on it. Listen, I'm guilty of it myself. I slept through a important test I had to take, even though I knew it wasn't going to be graded or anything like that. I'm guilty of that. I mean, I'm pretty sure a couple of people slept through a test and probably guessed on them. But please, let me explain to you this and understand this. Don't sleep through a test. Those tests are important too. I hope you know that. Although they get paid for tests you take and everything like that, and it probably doesn't seem like it's a big deal because, it's all about a money scheme or something like that. Listen, it doesn't matter. Even if it is a money scheme, then, try your best on it. Because at least you'll be able to see where you stand at. And all you can do is just try your best. It's not like everyone's asking you to literally do something you're not capable of. If you don't understand something, that's fine. You don't understand it at the moment. But hell, it's better than going to sleep. Don't go to sleep on it. Don't sleep on the test. Do not do that. It's nothing you want to do. I'm guilty of it. I'm still guilty of it. I still do it sometimes. I got to get better at it. That's why I'm saying it right now. Don't sleep on them. Because your sophomore year, even if you're a freshman, you got some leeway with it. But hey, look, you freshmen out there too, you don't be sleeping on these tests. You don't want to do that. Another thing you don't want to sleep on is don't sleep on me. Don't sleep on Advice Guy. Don't sleep on my YouTube channel. Go ahead and subscribe right now. Cause look, I'm gonna get started back up onto this. I already got my second idea of what video I'm gonna make in mind. Hey, look, I know I've been slacking a little bit. I get it. It's been forever since I made a video. I understand that, but I'm coming back onto it, and best believe I'm going to start making more videos because I actually love doing this. But yeah, that's all I got to say. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all later.